Alright guys, welcome back to my sewing corner. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, you're very much welcome. Thank you for clicking on this video, and I hope you learn one or two things before the end of this tutorial. Okay, so here on my channel I post videos on sewing tutorials, pattern drafting, DIY cut sew, design your fabrics, all on this channel. So if this is what you want to learn, if you want to learn something from any of this, you can go ahead and browse through the channel and check videos that can help you with that. Okay, so today, without wasting time, I'm going to be illustrating how to make this 6 pieces dart bustier blouse. More than illustrating, because I'm going to be drafting on this pattern fabric, and I'm also going to be cutting it out on my fabric here. Okay, now I had to draw out this blouse. Okay, so this is the main blouse. Okay, there are no sleeves attached to this blouse. Okay, so just the basic blouse, as you can see, and I had to separate it like this so that I can explain, because so far I've seen that for learning are always confused with this 6 pieces blouse without half cut, whether it's a gown or a blouse. It usually confuses most people, so that is the reason why I'm going to take my time to explain first before we dive into the drafting and the cutting, because I want you to understand it. Once you even understand it, you can draft it yourself. So make sure to stay tuned and watch to the end. Now, this is a 6 pieces blouse, and it has a princess dart. That's what makes it to be 6 pieces, because that's divided the bodice into 3 different parts for the front and also 3 different parts at the back. Okay, now this is the center piece, and this is it. I had to pick it out like this and draw it out. This is the side, one of the sides, as you can see. So it's a continuation of the armhole here, as you can see over here. And also you have the sides, and also the princess dart that captures it. Now what confuses most people now is that whenever they are drafting the side, they usually taking the A line inwards for the side, which is very wrong, because even they get stuck at that point. That's it. So what you're meant to do is you measure from, once you're tracing, because you're going to need to cut the center piece first to be able to draft the sides, to be able to draft the 2 sides. So once you have measured, you've drafted and cut your center piece, all you need to do is to just draft your princess curve up to the half length and turn your center front around. You know, the way you're going to place it, it will be such that you can trace it out like this, but you have to turn it over so you'll be able to complete this A line. Okay, so this is what you meant to achieve. Without wasting time, these are the measurements you need for this project. You need your blouse length, you need your half length, you need your shoulder to bust point, you need your armhole length or depth, you need the width of your hairline for each panel of your 6 pieces blouse. And what I mean by that is how full you want the base of your of each panel to be. Okay, the width. Okay, then you will need your bust span, which is nipple to nipple for the princess dart. You need your bust circumference, you need your underbust circumference, you need your waist circumference, and that is all that you will need for this project. Okay, so I have my measurements here, and also if you're sewing this blouse, just this blouse alone, you will need from 1.5 yards to 3 yards of fabric, depending on your size, depending on how full you want your blouse to be. Okay, so your size and the way you cut are determinants of the amount of yards you use for this project. Okay, so these are the measurements like I'll be using. Like I said, I've written them out. So what I'll be doing first is to draft on this pattern fabric, and then I'll transfer it to my main fabric. I will have just drafted straight to my fabric, but so that we can see, because of the different colors on this one, and I would not want to stain it with my marker, so I would love to draft it here first, and then I'll transfer it to my fabric, and also that will help to manage my fabric well, so there won't be wastage. Okay, so without wasting time, let's just go straight to that. So the first thing we're going to be drafting is the center piece, because you need the center piece. Like I said, you need it to draft the sides. Okay, alright guys, so now what next to do is to fold your fabric using the widest part of your measurement. Remember, we're drafting the center piece first, and if you look at it, it's either your shoulder line is your widest part or your hairline for your 6 pieces. So it depends on how full you want your hairline to be. if for instance your shoulder line is 14 inches and your fullness is going to be like 16 or 18 inches or 20 inches, definitely you're going to fold using your inline. Okay, so when you place on fold, if you're folding using 20 inches, you're going to have 10 inches. If you're folding, your shoulder line too is going to be 7 inches. I hope you understand. So for me, I'm just going to be folding using 7. My A line will be the widest part because the shoulder line for this measurement I'm working with is 12 inches. Okay, so on fold, that means I'll have 6 inches. I'm just going to go ahead and mark and draw a starting line of ½ inch. Okay, so let me show you what I folded here. So I have about 8 inches or 7¾ The next thing to do is to take your shoulder measurement here. Okay, and the shoulder measurement I'm working with, like I said, is 6 inches plus half, that's 6.5. okay, then you come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope, and then you mark your armhole depth 5 inches. Okay, for your armhole, if you measure your round armhole measurement, and you subtract 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Whatever you have left is what you take from your shoulder slope. Okay, so just go ahead and draw. This is my chest line, as you can see, where my armhole depth ends. Okay, so next I'm going to take all my vertical measurements, my bust point. So for these measurements, I have 9 inches for the bust point. I'm measuring from this ½ inch starting line. Okay, 9 inches. To the underbust, I have 12.5. For the half length, I have 14, and for the blouse length, I have 21. I'll have to move this backwards so you can all see. So I have 21, and I'm going to just give it 2 inches allowance, just make it 23. Okay, so this is what we have. I'll go ahead and draw horizontal lines across them, those points. Okay, let me just run across the lines. So this is my starting line. Okay, this is my chest line or my armhole length or depth. This is the bust point, this is the underbust half length, blouse length, and the hemming allowance. So I'm just going to cut it up to this place. This is the excess. Okay, so the next thing to do is to determine my neckline. Okay, so I'm just going to determine my neckline, the neck depth I want to use, and the neck width I want to use. So for the neck width, I'm going to use 3.5, whatever is convenient for you. And for the neck depth, I'm going to use 3.5 as well. Okay, then I'll connect the shoulder slope, then add my ½ inch allowance. Okay, for the shoulder slope. This already has the extra allowance added to it, the neckline. So now to draw my armhole curve, I'm going to come in and find the midpoint of what is left after my shoulder slope. Okay, so I have 5 inches, so that means I've left with 2.5. And I'm going to come in by 0.5 inch because I'm working with a small bodice. Okay, in a small bodice, and I'll just go ahead and trace out my armhole like so. Then whatever I traced out, I will connect the lines, the dots. You're going to measure it and find the midpoint of this new curve. That is where our princess dart will start from. Okay, so this is where it's going to be. Now the next thing to do, okay, is to come to the bust point and up to the half length and measure the bust span. Okay, and for this measurement, the bust span is 6 inches nipple to nipple. So because we're cutting on fold, definitely I'm going to mark out 3 inches plus half inch allowance. That's 3.5. So it depends on how you sew. If you know you sew using a 1 inch or 3/4 inch, give that sewing allowance. Okay. So up to the bust point, and I will just connect it. Can you see that? Then I'm going to connect this point that I marked, the half of the curve, okay, and I'll connect it up to this point. If you don't have a French curve, you can use this my method of first giving it a dot and then connecting it when you have the perfect one. This is what you have. Okay, so this is our princess dart. Now this is what we've just done. So now connects to the A line. You come to the base where your blouse length ends. Okay, and like I said, the allowance, whatever you want to fold in for the fullness. So I'm just going to go ahead and use 7.5 inches here. Okay, then you mark it 7.5 inches. So from this half length, you connect it straight down. So you can make it a bit curved so that it is not too sharp. Okay. Okay, so something like this is okay. So this is what we have for the princess dart, for the center of our bodice. So I'll just go ahead and cut it out for us all to see. So this is the center piece, and when you open it up, this is what you have. And you see that, so can you see that it's similar to what I have on sketch, the center piece. Can you see the neckline, the shoulder line, half of the armhole, the princess dart, and the A line that completes the base of the skirt. Okay, so of the blouse. So what to do next is to use this centerpiece to cut the sides. And like I said, by the time we start drafting, we're going to avoid the mistake of coming in, which is the most common made mistake with this style. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and place my centerpiece. Okay, make sure you leave enough allowance on both sides. So now I'm just going to trace out what I have up to the half length. Remember I said so. So I'm going to trace from here to this point. The reason we're not giving this full tracing is because if you trace everything out like that, this is what you have. Let me use my pencil. This is what you have. This is what you have. Okay, so you're not going to have the hairline. You're going to deform the shape. So you just trace it up to this point, then you can mark out this point as well so that I can roll it out later. Okay. Okay, so this is what I need. Okay. Now, after doing this, you're going to go ahead and place this half length back like this. So you can see this is what I did at first, then you turn it around. Okay, and make sure that the half length of the center meets this one. Okay, and then now we can trace the hairline for it. Make sure it's aligned properly. So this is what will give you that shape and not the one that goes inward. You can see it comes out. Now, to give you the bustier, now this is the princess that's called. Okay, to now give you the bustier, you come to, now this is going to make this line more visible. So this is where my princess that curve starts from, half of the armhole. This is the chest line, this is the bust point, this is the under bust, and this is the half length. So what I'm going to do now is to come to the bust point, and I'll come in to give my cup. I'm going to make the alterations after the princess that. So for this bodice that I'm working with, I'm going to give it 1.5. It depends on the size. So for bigger bust you can work with 2.5 up to 3 inches, depending on how you want it to, how you want the shape to be. So I'm just going to connect this to the under bust and back to the beginning of the princess that, so that I can give me that cup shape for the bustier. Okay. Can you see that? Okay. So I'll trace it out. Mark anything more visible. I'll connect the dots. So for bigger busts, just increase this part so that it will give the cup more allowance. Okay. Don't make it too sharp. Okay, so with this we have done bustier. We've altered the princess that's giving it a bustier. Okay. So I need to extend these lines to take my horizontal measurements, which is the next thing I'll be doing. I'll be explaining. Okay. So to do that, I'll return my princess dart. Okay, and I'll make sure that these lines meet. Can you see? This is the center piece. Okay. And we're going to take our normal measurements. Okay, so remember that for your normal measurements, whatever you have left from this, when you subtract the center piece measurements from your normal measurements, that is what you will share for these two sides. Okay, so starting with the bust circumference, this bust circumference I'm working with is 27.5, approximately 28. So you know I need 14 for the front, 14 for the back. Okay, so we're adjusting the front bodies now. So if you need 14, and already I've given 6 for the bust span, then I'll be left with what, 8 inches. So, and because it's on fold, so I'm going to mark out 4 inches on the bust point, like this. Can you see that? So you place your tape right here and you measure out whatever is left of the measurement. The same thing for the half length. It's going to be approximately 20 inches. So that means I have 10 for front, 10 for back. I already took 6 inches from that 10. So that means I'll be left with what, 4. Because I'm cutting on fold, that means I'll be left with what, 2 inches. So I'll come in and I'll mark the 2 inches. So you're going to give 3 inches allowance depending on how you sew to everything. 3 inches, 3 inches. Okay, and I'll come to this point to draw my armhole. Let me shift it closer. Okay, so to draw my armhole curve. Okay, now for my armhole curve, remember I took, this is like the continuation. Let me just trace it out. We don't need it, but just for clarity's sake. So if I was to continue with that, the armhole is going to be 5 inches up to this point, and because it has a hollow, okay, so I'm just going to reshape that armhole curve like so. this point, and I'll connect the lines. Sorry. Okay. Now, what do we do next? So basically, we are done with the armhole curve. We are done with the other part. So what we are left with is the base of the A line. So you come here. Now this is where the half length is, and then you take your center piece as well, and then you place half length and half length to draw the A line. Okay. So make sure it meets. Then just trace it out. So this is what we have. Then I'll connect the base. Okay. So this is what the side will look like. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out first to see. So this is what the center piece looks like. Can you see that? And the side piece, pardon me, this is the center piece instead. So you can see it does not have any joining at the underbust. And what I was trying to illustrate earlier, okay, what I was trying to illustrate earlier about the A-line of the side, you can see that it came out like this. It didn't go in, and you see from the bustier like this, and it came out. So that is one of the common mistakes that so many tailors make when they are sewing this style, this design. So make sure not to fall victim of that as well. So what you do basically now, what I'm going to do is to transfer this to my fabric. I'm going to cut 2 for this and just 1 for this, because this will be at the other side as well. So I'm just going to place right sides together and cut 2 of this. So let's cut the back bodies. Okay, so now to cut the back bodies, I'm going to need the center front to cut the back bodies, the center back. Okay, so I'm going to firstly mark my zip allowance, whatever allowance you want to give, from 1 to 2.5 inches. It all depends on how you sew. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and give this 1 inch zip allowance. Okay, that is the first thing to do. And then I'll connect those points together. If you have any questions for me, please let me know in the comment section. And do not forget to like this video, share with your friends, share with your tailor friends that you know are finding this difficult. Okay, thank you. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. So this is what. Next, I'm going to place the center directly on the zip allowance. Okay, just like so. Just like so. Okay. So either you cut straight or you trace it out, anyone that is convenient for you. But I'm going to trace that because I'm still going to reshape the armhole for the front, for the back. You know, the armhole for the back does not have hollow. So what I'm going to use is just come straight like this. So I'm not going to give it any hollow. Okay. So I'll just retrace it. All other things remain constant. Okay. So then the neckline as well. Oh, sorry. What I did was to just alter the armhole. You know, the armhole for the back will not have a hollow, so you just measure it straight. Then for the neckline as well, it will be as deep as that at the front. So change that. You alter that as well. Okay, and that is all I need to do, so I can remove it and cut it out after tracing other parts. Then you slit the center open. Now to draft the sides of the back, I'm going to grab my center front stitch, okay, and I'll mark out the princess dart curve up to the half length, okay. So I'm just going to mark it up to the half length. Then I'll mark out those points so that I can make them bold later. Okay. So next I'm going to just increase, extend those lines. Okay. So this is where my princess dart curve starts from. Chest line, bust point under bust and the half length. So then I will take my my center piece again, place my same thing we did for the front, okay. So please don't get confused. The same thing we did for the front, okay, because we don't want the pleats to the line to come in, okay. I'm just going to place it like so and trace out my A line. So that's it, and then I'll take my horizontal measurement. So this is my bust point. Remember what I said, that from here you take out what is left. So like I did for the front, left with 4 inches, the half length left with 2 inches, then give 3 inches allowance to both sides. Okay, the same way I explained it for the front. Okay, then this is the chest line. So from here, you know, this is what your armhole is supposed to. You place it back, okay, so that you can get it well. Then your armhole was supposed to continue like this before the princess that came in. Remember, before the princess that came in, okay. But what this one is for the back, we just hold it like so. It doesn't need to have an hollow, and this is what you have for the back. So after doing that, you take the center piece and then you draw the A line for that side as well. Okay, so you place the half length on the half length and you trace it out. Make sure it needs, check it very well. Okay. Trace it out. Okay, so I'll connect the base line. And that's it for the side. So it doesn't have a bustier. If not, we'll have shaped the side. Okay, so just go ahead and I'll cut it out for you to see. So if you're cutting on fabric, you're going to cut 2 of it. Remember, right side facing right side. And this is what we'll have. Okay, for the back panel. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned 1 or 2 things. Remember to like this video and share with your friends. Bye and stay safe.